Thank you, Colby, and thank you to the rest of the Silver Lining Mentoring team. To be chosen as Match of the Year is such an honor. When I was a kid, I was matched with a mentor. That relationship left me with a number of positive experiences that I wanted to pay forward as an adult by becoming a mentor myself. I researched local mentoring groups, and when I found Silver Lining and learned of their unbelievable outcomes, I knew this was the organization I wanted to work with. I first met Kevin when he was 13. I was really nervous when I walked up to his building for the first time, and I remember thinking, I don't really spend that much time with young people. Am I going to be good at this? And then Kevin opened the door, and he had me laughing within minutes. I knew immediately that we would never run out of things to talk about. And honestly, I can say 4 years later, we haven't. When we hang out, we might go see a movie or get some food, but mostly we just talk. Our conversations can run the gamut from the completely mundane to the profound to the things that matter most to us in life. I remember one time I asked him if he saw himself going to college. He turned to me and he said, "That's not for people like me." So I thought to myself, what can I say to that? And I talked to him about why I went to college. I told him that some of the most enlightening conversations I had in college were the ones in which people were brave enough to be the voices of dissent in the classroom and to share something powerful from their own unique perspective. And I told him I thought he'd be that person. And now, years later, I'm thrilled to say that he sees college in his future. Over our 4 years together, Kevin has moved 8 times. At one point, he had 4 moves in as many months. He'd be moved because there was a change in his treatment plan or simply because there was an open bed somewhere else and they needed his spot for a new kid. When people think of the term foster care, they think of a child being placed with a foster family. Like most of the kids at Silver Lining, Kevin has never been placed with a foster family in a foster home. He's always been placed in an institution, one that is at best a dormitory and at worst a locked facility. While Kevin's usually moved without warning, there was one time where he was given a heads up. His caseworker told him he was going to be moved to Western Mass, several hours away. We spent a final afternoon together at his group home, and as I was getting ready to leave, he got really quiet and he said to me, "Well, this is the end, isn't it?" And I immediately said, "Kevin, this is not the end. I'm going to be there and I will travel to wherever you are." I don't have a car, so I took a train, got on a Greyhound bus, waited an hour at the Springfield bus station, and then I took a final bus to the facility. It was 6 hours each way to visit him, but I wanted Kevin to know I'd always find a way to him. What I've learned from mentoring is that the minute you care about someone, whatever they are going through becomes yours. When we care for people who are different from us, their issues are our issues. We can't help but want to remove barriers to their well-being, and it's what really drives change in this world. In the last year, Kevin has faced another unbelievable challenge. In addition to being in foster care, Kevin is undocumented. He was brought to this country by his parents as a young child. And in July 2015, without warning, U.S. Immigration picked him up and put him on a plane to Texas and put him in a detention facility for youth, and he's been there for the last 8 months. While this isn't what typically happens to most kids in foster care, it has a lot of similarities to what all Silver Lining youth experience. Another unexpected move, another new set of kids and staff, and all without any idea of when and where he will be sent next. Kevin's been hanging in there. As always, I'm struck by his resilience and positivity in the face of incredible circumstances. I hope he will be able to come back to Massachusetts soon, but in the meantime, we keep in touch. He only gets 4 phone calls a week, and I'm humbled to say that he gives one of them to me every week. Despite the strength of our match, mentoring has not been perfect or easy. There have been hiccups when Kevin wouldn't call me back, times when I couldn't reach him because he had been moved suddenly, and I attribute the success and length of our match to Silver Lining. Their mentor training is comprehensive. They They ask us to really dig deep and to examine our own privilege. They push us to think about how that privilege will impact our mentees, who might have very different experiences from our own. Staff are always available to check in and provide in-depth support. They take their relationship with the kids very seriously, and they hold us mentors to the same standard. But most importantly, there's the expectation of excellence. As a new mentor, you go in knowing that Silver Lining mentors can achieve really amazing things, and you hope you'll be great too. But Silver Lining helps to make sure you are. When I talked to Kevin about receiving this award, I asked him if there was anything he wanted me to say on his behalf. And he told me to tell you that everyone here should get involved with Silver Lining. I know that not everyone can be a mentor, but each of you can help us to make sure that every foster care child, like Kevin, can get matched with a mentor who believes in him. So I'm honored to be named Match of the Year, and on behalf of Kevin and myself, thank you.